Welcome, everybody, yet another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. If you're enjoying your day, great. If not, can this episode turn it around for you? I don't know. Let's see. So, last time on the podcast, we talked about the WWF/WWE Championship run and how it was just constantly hot potatoing in 1999. And then I realized there was another year where it significantly kept on jumping around a good amount of times, and that was 2002. Because this was during the year where the company had the name change, the brand split was starting to happen, so even around the time of the brand split, it was still jumping around a little bit, especially towards the later part of the year, and today we're going to discuss it. So, right at the beginning, the WWF champion right at the start of the year was Chris Jericho, undisputed champion. He retained the championships at Royal Rumble and No Way Out over The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, respectively, but then dropped the championship to Triple H at WrestleMania 18 in the main event. And also during Triple H's run, the Undisputed Championship would be represented by one single belt as the Big Eagle belt, and the WCW/World Championship belts were retired, so it was just down to one championship again. And it was also during this reign where, since Triple H was technically the Undisputed Champion and he could appear on both shows during the brand split, he was not technically drafted to one specific brand. So it didn't matter, but even though later on he would be over on SmackDown for a brief period of time, but while he was champion, couldn't be drafted, it was whatever. This title reign would last about month and a half, little over a month, between a month and a half. You dropped the championship to Hollywood Hulk Hogan in the main event of Backlash 2002. So it's not, for Hollywood Hulk Hogan, he was not only the last ever WWF champion, but he was technically the first WWE champion, as he was champion when the company name change took place in early May of 2002, due to the whole lawsuit with the World Wildlife Fund for Nature, the Panda Group. The title reign would last about a month, as at Judgment Day, just about a month later, he would drop it to The Undertaker in a one-on-one match. We remember this match so infamously because of the bad chokeslam. These two didn't have any chemistry. Reasons, we don't really know for why Hogan would do that. Title reign lasted for a couple of months, as then The Rock would become the next champion at Vengeance against champion Undertaker and fellow challenger Kurt Angle. Very well done triple threat match if y'all have not seen it. This would be The Rock's 7th championship run. I mean, Triple H with that one earlier was his 5th, Hogan for his 6th, Undertaker for 4th, and now The Rock for his 7th. One of the most, that's one, at that time, I believe, was the most number of world title runs, at least with that championship, that anybody had up to that point. So The Rock made history. Title reign would end at SummerSlam about 35 days later, so about the same length as Triple H's run earlier that year, when he dropped it to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, making Brock the Undisputed Champion. However, a little bit after this, Brock Lesnar would then be exclusive to SmackDown, as the on-screen general manager of SmackDown, Stephanie McMahon, would declare that Brock signed an exclusive deal to only be on SmackDown, so therefore, the championship was no longer being defended on both brands, and was no longer being declared as undisputed. So, now the brand split was going on, and Raw was left without a world champion. A couple months later, 84 days later, at Survivor Series, the Big Show would end up winning the championship from Brock Lesnar due to Paul Heyman turning heel. Big Show got a chokeslam onto a steel chair to get the victory and become the new champion. First time holding the championship since, I think since he dropped it about almost 3 years earlier on Raw to Triple H in early 2000. And then a little bit after this, Kurt Angle would become the new champion after winning the title 28 days later at Armageddon from the Big Show. This whole thing involving like who Paul Heyman was kind of on the side on a little bit, as well as Brock Lesnar trying to become champion again. And at least Kurt Angle is now a 3-time champion, and a little bit of fun fact, the WWE Championship was the only real title that Kurt Angle had that he had more than one title reign with. Every other title he ever had in WWE, it was only one championship reign each. This one was now his 3rd reign with the WWE Championship. So, not as significant in terms of how many times the title's being hot potatoed in 1999, but it was still a noticeable amount. Because he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 title changes just throughout that year. So almost once every 2 months-ish. Because like that, the longest reign that he had during just that calendar year alone was Brock Lesnar's run of 84 days from SummerSlam up until Survivor Series. And ironically enough, Big Show and Hogan, of all people, were tied for the shortest reigns of that year, both being 28 days. But I mean, the championship... excuse me, my throat's getting a little dry. The championship was going from being undisputed to being exclusive to one brand. They had the new title design, which was fine, but it's like, like, at least the championship wasn't being as hot potatoes as badly as what you saw in 99, so this year wasn't too bad with the WWE Championship, but even, like, at that end, where he had 3 title changes within 4 months, and 2 of them just within a 1-month period was a little iffy, but yeah, it's whatever. So let me know what you all thought in the comment section below. What did you think about the WWE Championship in 2002 with these title changes? Who's the best champion? Who is the worst? If you all enjoyed, remember, leave a like, comment what you thought, subscribe, or follow whatever service you may be listening to this on, and I'll catch you all later. Thanks for listening, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.